What's up, guys? Thanks for joining me for a new video. Today, I want to help those of you that are in need of some Amazon merch sales. Not that we all don't need Amazon merch sales, but if you're in the low tiers specifically, I would honestly dedicate all of my upload slots to inauguration shirts. All right, I'm not even gonna bury the lead. I'm not gonna say, let's get started and then show you what the niche is. You should just be selling inauguration shirts. And I wouldn't delete, by the way, I wouldn't delete any products you have that have sales. So any slots you have of products that have not sold, just start uploading inauguration shirts. Trust me, this is where the demand is right now. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I can create some really nice designs for inauguration shirts very easily. All right. So I want to demystify this for you because like the one principle that I have a tough time when I see somebody's design, like I don't feel good being like, oh, I don't really like the design, right? So I'm not like a fan of putting things down, but this is like an indirect way of saying, not that this is the only way of doing designs, but what I'm going to show you is a very easy way of creating designs that I promise sell. All right, so let's get started. Real quick, just a reminder, I run a weekly print-on-demand giveaway completely free to enter. And this week, we're giving away over $1,000 in prizes to 2 lucky winners, sponsored by The Flying Upload, print-on-demand upload automation, AutomatePOD, automate your print-on-demand designs, and All-American Graphics. By the way, I'm going to show you how we can use All-American Graphics in this video to create some really nice-looking designs. All right, and in the description, just want to remind you too, I have a free 7-day Amazon merch mini course delivered via email and an Amazon merch Facebook group if you'd like to join. All right, so Inauguration 2020. I don't get political on this channel, but we all know that this is coming. It's rapidly approaching. It is currently January 8th as of me recording this, so you got about 13 days till this day comes, but don't worry. Sometimes it's like the holiday passes and then all those shirts you got to be deleted and replace them. With the inauguration, guys, people are going to be buying inauguration shirts like on the day of and on days afterwards, I promise. So this is not one of those like hard deadline dates. Although I would anticipate most of the sales to probably come on the day of, honestly, but that's not normal. But probably beforehand would be second, and then afterwards would be third, if I had to guess. So let's take a look at some inauguration shirts. So I used my search merch tool, and I searched for inauguration 2021, which using the search merch tool, it filters out any non-Amazon merch listings. So I built one version of it. Merch Informer has their own version. Essentially, we pass in hidden keywords and it filters out non-Amazon merch products so that if I'm selling Amazon merch, I only want to see the Amazon merch products. So that's what I did here. All right, so the first one, Biden-Harris Presidential Inauguration 2021. Second one, Inauguration Biden 46th Harris, Washington, D.C. 1 2021. And they got the presidential seal. So I'm just showing you some variations because you can get creative. There's not like a one-way approach to getting this done, but let's look at, what's out there for some inspiration. You've got the Democrat logo kicking out the Republican logo with the Trump hair. I love when the Trump hair is used in ways like that, like funny ways. The other one here behind me, you got Biden-Harris forwards and 1/20/21 not backwards. That design is not the best design, but hey, it's selling. It's near the top of page 1, so good for them. We got Inauguration Washington, D.C. Looks like they got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris's signatures. So that is pretty cool that you were able to find a high enough quality graphic of their signatures. And then over my shoulder here, 2021 inauguration, Kamala Harris, vice president. A lot of celebration of like Kamala Harris being vice president. So definitely tap that niche as well. In my mind, it's like almost like that's moved more shirts than the Biden shirts. I could be mistaken there, but... All right, and then End of an Error. This one's hilarious. End of an Error, January 20th, 2021. So it's play on words of end of an era, regardless of like which side you go to, lean left, right. I lean up, down. So it doesn't, to me, it's like, it's just a funny shirt, End of an Error. And it's not even like anti-Trump because as soon as, as soon as Biden's out or, whoever replaces him, you can still sell the End of an Error shirts. Like it's going to apply to whoever, anytime there's a transition of power. And then the one behind me, Democracy Restored. I'm not a fan of that design either, but it's selling pretty well. So, I mean, there could be opportunities here when you see a design selling well that's not that great. And this is just my personal opinion, by the way. I mean, sales speak for themselves. And if it's selling, hey, props to them because that's the end goal, right? To make some money. All right, so I said I'm going to show you how I would go about creating a design that sells. And honestly, the way that I think, I mean, I'm in tier 100,000, so... But I think in terms of like design templates. So if I make one good design, I want to be able to like make multiple designs from it. One good template and make multiple designs. That's often as simple as just changing the text. We just looked at a bunch of different shirts and got some ideas for different text to include on the shirt. And all we then need to really solve, and you don't have to have a graphic on your shirts, by the way. You can do text-only shirts. They do sell. But if you do that, I like to get creative sometimes. Maybe like not offer the shirt in black, maybe offer it only in blue or only in red, so it stands out a little bit in search results, but separate story. I'm going to use All American Graphics from the makers of All Sunsets to get a professional quality pre-made graphic done for me so that I don't have to slow down and make it myself. Sometimes it's fun to, spend an hour and learn something new in Photoshop or whatever you use to design. But I'm typically like, I'm spread pretty thin as far as my time goes. So I'm like, hey, if I can pay you guys to get me a nice graphic that I need done for me, I'll take that all day. So real quick, just wanted to remind you, All American Graphics is the site that I'm looking at. They just let me know that they're running a sale. I don't remember how long they said it was going for, but instead of paying $27 for the year, which is still really cheap, it's like $2 and change per month, they are currently running a discount. It's like $20.21, and you get a membership for a year from the time you join. So all of 2021 into 2022, that's 25% off. I did the math. You can trust me. I did actually do the math, even though it was 25%. Should have been pretty easy for me to do. But it's Friday, so my brain's not working 100%. All right, so I ended up going with this graphic right here. They call it the round patriotic grunge. It's got the blue circle with the stars, and then it's got the red stripes in the middle. So I used that as the design of choice. Pulled it into Photoshop, and then I did some round text, and I did Biden Harris up top and inauguration down bottom. And I didn't actually go looking at other shirts to see if somebody had done this before. I just kept it super simple. Like, those were the first words that popped into my mind. There's plenty of ways you can get creative. Like, I didn't put the date anywhere, so maybe I make a variation of the shirt and I put the date in the middle, 1/21/21 or 1/20/21. Lots of ways to get creative here, lots of ways. I mean, my brain is already coming up with other ways I can make various versions of this design. But I just wanted to show you that, like, this can be done very simply, right? Graphic, text above, text below, or just graphic, text above, or just graphic, text on the middle. It doesn't have to be complicated. Notice too, when I use text, it's like big, it's bold. I know someone's going to hit me up in the comments, be like, what font is that? The font is called Edmund Texture, as I blank on it. It's called EDMUND Texture. I can put a link in the description too, to where you can buy it for like $1, I think, from Creative Fabrica. So I'll put a link in the description. And just so you guys know, because I know another person's about to ask me, how do you do the curved text? Well, I already have a tutorial on how to do that. I'll put a link to that YouTube video right here in the YouTube cards. So it's going to pop up above my head. You can click that and watch that video, and it'll show you how to do the curved text. All right, so I got my design. I exported it from Photoshop, uploaded it to Amazon Merch, and look at that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I like how that looks. I can't take credit for the graphic because I just used All American Graphics for the pre-made one. But I like the way the curved text looks. And notice, too, I made it big and bold. And I'm a fan of the distressed fonts. I mean, I don't feel like you always have to use distressed fonts, but I am a fan of how it looks on t-shirts. And what I always say, I'm just going to reiterate it real quick. Like, when your shirt is selling on Amazon, the biggest thing is you need to get clicked in search results, which is tough because if you've ever done a keyword search on Amazon, it's your product and then it's like 47 other products on page one. So 48 products on page one. If you're in the mix, you still need to get clicked. And then when you get clicked, you need to get the sale. But if you can get clicked, the likelihood of you getting the sale is pretty high because you have a monopoly on their attention at that point. In order to get clicked, guys, remember this. They have to be able to read the text in your design from the thumbnail. So if they can't read the text, it's going to be tough, So I use big, bold text, even if it doesn't look the best in the end result product. I don't care. I still need to get the sale before it even gets printed, and then they can make their mind up of whether or not they actually like how it turned out. So big and bold. Trust me on that one. Just showing you the rest of the products here. I should have redone that screenshot because I did end up actually uploading a hoodie, but you can see it looks good on the long sleeve, the raglan, the sweatshirt. By the way, I used merch resize to resize for pop socket, hoodie, cell phone case, tote bag, pillows. So there you can see, got the zip hoodie. The design looks good on that. Got the pop socket, crushing it. The iPhone and Samsung Galaxy case. By the way, when you render those, you should render two different variations because of how the camera's situated. which Merch Resize is a completely free tool. So check that out. I'll put a link in the description too. And then you got the tote bag and the throw pillow. So how easy was that? I know I make it look easy on this video because I didn't actually do the design in real time, but the design is as simple as import the graphic and then watch the curved text tutorial, which once you've done that a couple times, it's second nature. So this actually is very quick and easy to do. And then I just had to give a shout out to my tool. Me and a friend built this. It's a Chrome extension. It's called AutomatePOD. This is not useful to you if you're in the low tiers of Amazon merch. Now, it's useful if you're on Redbubble and you're trying to hit 50 uploads a day, but you'll get the most value if you wait till you're like in tier 500 plus. You can use AutomatePOD to insert automatically variable text in your designs. So you can see here, I have var1, var2 as like two variables, and you can create a spreadsheet and just put your text in and it'll just key off the spreadsheet. And you can set it, by the way, you can set up AutomatePOD in like 3 minutes. I think the tutorial to set it up is 3 minutes long. So, it's pretty darn easy. We made that easy intentionally. And so I put some ideas for text on the left-hand side there. Biden-Harris 2021, end of an era, forwards, not backwards, Washington, D.C., first female VP, democracy restored, January 20th, 2021, Biden 46, making history. I mean, the list goes on. There's so many ways to approach this. And again, if you're in tier 10 and you're only focused on Amazon merch, don't worry about this. But I just want you to know this is possible. And when you need more designs, you can take this approach and make a ton of designs. It's really limitless. This is how I got to 98,000 upload slots full in, I think it was like 4 months. So I'll put a link in the description as well. But that's it for this video, guys. I really think that if you guys are struggling on sales, target the inauguration. Trust me. This is what people are going to be talking about, thinking about. They're going to be excited. They're going to be wearing the shirts, and make some shirts for the Trump crowd too. Why not? Make it put a negative spin on the inauguration, and if that niche is not as tapped or it's untapped, there's still a lot of demand. If you looked at how many votes Trump got, there's still a lot of demand for those shirts. So do that as well. But anyways, just want to remind you guys really quickly, I have a full Amazon merch course, full knowledge transfer from me to you, how I got from tier 10 to tier 100,000. If you want to check that out, link in the description as usual. You guessed it. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Do me a favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And I'll see you tomorrow.